On January the 2nd, 5 members of MSF were abducted in northern Syria and held captive by an armed group for several months.
These colleagues were held in northeast Syria in very difficult conditions for several months. They were freed in May of this year. This kidnapping didn't end badly, but MSF feels that we still don't have the security guarantees we need to carry out relief operations in some parts of Syria, even though the needs are huge.
This is the case in North Syria, a zone controlled by armed opposition forces where there is very little international aid.
We must maintain dialogue, explain what MSF is about. And if we do manage to get security guarantees from certain armed groups, we'll probably review the decision. We'll probably go back into some of the areas we've pulled out of in a significant way.
The all too few health workers focus on treating the war wounded and often overlook the needs of civilians. To alleviate this situation, several MSF facilities continue to operate in areas of northern Syria where security conditions allow. But the aid organisation has been forced to close several of its facilities in places it views as too dangerous. The authorities want them to go home, but this is quite simply not an option for the tens of thousands of people who sought refuge at Bangui airport 5 months ago. Although life here is tough, the continuing violence in some parts of Bangui means it's far too dangerous to go back to the city.
We escape from the shooting and the sound of gunfire. There are killings every day, and when it gets dark, people even get their throats cut. We came here for our security, so although we've got nothing, at least we're not in danger. If they want us to leave, they've got to make sure it's safe.
Heavy fighting at the end of May brought Bangui to a standstill. MSF's teams weren't able to get to the airport for several days, making it very difficult to assist the refugees in Mpoko. The rainy season has now begun, and malaria is affecting under 5-year-olds particularly badly. Another consequence of the rain are the camp's makeshift shelters that are now even more inadequate than before.
It rains really hard. There's nothing to keep the tarp on, so we don't sleep when it rains during the night. We spend all night awake.
The MSF teams have provided 90,000 consultations in this camp since the beginning of the year. A third were related to malaria. This high number of consultations is also due to the many children suffering from malnutrition. There has been only one food distribution in Mpoko since last December. Cholera thrives in areas with poor quality water and inadequate sanitation. Aware that the solution is to tackle the issue of water supply, the MSF teams who have been treating the disease in Kalami since 2010 have partnered with the authorities and other aid agencies to repair the supply network.
MSF is responsible for the section of the network serving people in the town worst affected by cholera peaks.
2014 has seen kilometres of pipes arriving in Kalami on the banks of Lake Tanganyika. The teams have started building a 500-litre reservoir and laying pipes to connect it to a water treatment plant.
The network and reservoir should serve between 100,000 and 125,000 people.
People not yet connected to the network get their water straight from the lake or the river and add chlorine in an attempt to clean it. However, this is not very effective, and the water still contains bacteria, including those that cause cholera. As a temporary solution to this problem, MSF teams are installing sand filters.